is one rate. What's another rate somebody knows? Yes.
Sales tax rate?
Sales tax rate is always, it's actually a ratio because it has the same type of, it's dollars per dollar. Okay, and so that has the same
Supply and
units.
demand?
So that is actually called a ratio. Now, it is a rate. I will agree with you. But technically, if you're really getting technically a rate has different units. And so that's where it's kind of interesting. Yes.
Feet per second.
Yes, feet per second. Where do we use that?
100 feet in science. Right
Yes,
now.
you do. You read that. Use this in science. Gravity
Rocket
is feet
science.
per second. Okay, or it might, yeah. Okay, what else? What other rate do you know?
Is it supply and demand? Is that a rate?
Nah, that wouldn't be actually a rate. Okay. When you go to the store, is there anything that's a rate?
Sale.
No.
Like if something's on sale.
30% off?
Yeah.
That's actually still a dollar to dollar amount.
I guess that's
Think of a rate. How do you buy fruits and
Oh,
vegetables?
by pound.
By pound. So sometimes it's the price per pound. This per means division. That's what the per means. Okay, that division marks, that whenever you hear per, that's per, okay? So price per pound. Or it might be a price per can. Or a price per dozen.
And if you were to go to the deli, it would be like price per piece of chicken.
Yes,
No,
it could be
it
that.
would also be
Oh,
price
it
per
would be
pound.
by
because-
pound.
It's, some of those are by pound, yeah.
Yeah.
But those are all used in a store. We have a lot of rates in stores. So we have miles per gallon. Is there anything else that we might have?
Miles an hour.
Miles an hour, that's right. How many miles per hour? Okay, those are rates. Okay, miles per hour. Okay, I write it like that because I want you to realize when you say miles per gallon, it's miles. The per means the division sign in the gallon.
Miles divided by hour.
Yes, miles divided by hours.
Is there one for
Okay.
like the wind? Like how fast the wind is going?
That would be speed. What would that be? How is speed measured?
Speed by time?
It is measured by time. And what do we measure it in?
Distance.
Yeah, it's really the distance by time,
And
or the speed. It's kind of a miles per hour. It may be feet per second. If they say that it's 3, they are actually using miles per hour when they talk about the wind rate. The wind rate, like today, is between 5 and 10 miles per hour that we're supposed to have as far as wind. And that's miles per hour. So that means the wind goes 5 miles in 1 hour. That's how fast it is. When you get up to 100-mile-an-hour winds, that means it goes 100 miles. So think about how strong that is. That's hurricane force.
That's a little strong.
Think
is.
of
That's
think of a
hurricane
car
force.
going 100 miles an hour and
Yes.
then change that into wind.
Yes, yes. So that's basically, I mean, just comparisons there. You can think about those kind of things. Okay. Any other rates you can think of?
Miles per hour.
No.
That's not how they do it, is it?
It's not hour.
It'd be
Yeah.
knots per.
It's whatever does.
It's not per miles, isn't
No,
it?
knots
per.
It'd be knots per.
Miles
I think
above.
it would be kilometer.
Yeah, kilometer per hour.
Because it's
Is
a,
it? Well,
Okay.
kilometers
Not-
per hour is also a
Yeah,
rate.
But
Yeah.
knots is nautical and aerical or whatever
Or
you
aeronautical.
call it. Aeronautical. Okay.
Yeah, no. Not
Some,
per
I don't know if I don't think most plans have this now, but you used to have to pay for your cell phone usage by minutes per hour. Or not so much money per minute, sorry. It was money per minute they do that with. Okay.
Can I have a penny in my bank account? Thank you. Or a quarter in my bank account so I can talk with my friends or something.
So that, it was so much money per minute usually, that was how they used to, but we don't do that much anymore.
Now it's just like
It's just a flat plan. You
Yeah.
pay for it and you get that much. So, okay, so those are all the types of rates that we can have. So we're just thinking about now, rates can have any numerator or any denominator.
Oh, actually, I want to
Okay.
add something. Population per year.
That is true, we do that. Population per year. Okay. Now, in a rate, a plain rate, you can have any number on the top and the bottom. So it can be any number in the numerator or denominator. So, the way I've written these right now, but let's say something went 7 feet in 3 seconds. That is a rate. It's feet per second, 7 and 3. 7 feet per 3 seconds. Okay, so that's a rate. So is 50 cents per pound. That's a 1 in the bottom. It's 50 cents per pound. So again, they both have different units. The unit here is money. Okay. The unit here is pounds. The unit here is feet. The unit here is seconds. This one has different numbers. When it has a 1 on the bottom, okay, when it has a 1 on the bottom, it's called a unit rate. What that means is how much does 1 cost, or in 1 hour, or 1 whatever. So a unit rate has a 1 in the denominator. Now, a lot of times when we say it, we don't put the 1 there. When I say I'm going 30 miles per hour, we don't say 1 hour, but that's what's assumed, okay? This is a unit rate, okay, because it has a 1, an assumed 1 in the denominator. Okay. If I'm talking about miles per gallon, I don't usually say I get 50 miles per 3 gallons. You hardly ever hear that, right?
Well, sometimes there's a rate in gaming called frames per second, and sometimes if you have a bad PC, you get seconds per frame.
That's true. Okay, I would agree with that. Okay, so you have rates that you just mentioned that you hadn't told us before.
Yeah,
So.
I just thought of that now.
Okay, so we don't usually say this, right? We usually change this into an actual unit rate. So we could take 50 and divide it by 3, and that would be how many gallons per how many miles per 1 gallon. I forgot what I was talking about. So 50 divided by 3, somebody want to do that for me? It's
16 divided by 8?
50 divided by 3.
Oh, that's
Where did you get those
16.6
numbers,
then.
Ned?
Was
No, I
it?
wasn't paying attention.
16.6.
That's what I thought. Okay.
16.66666.
Okay, there we go.
Wow, man.
You actually put the wrong research. I forgive you.
Okay, this is actually a rate here. When we bring it down to here, this is a unit rate. So that's the only difference. They both mean the same thing. They're both the same rate, but this is a unit rate because the 1 is in the denominator. A unit rate always has a 1 in the denominator. Okay, so that's the key thing when you're looking at rates. So unit rate is what is most useful because then we can do the conversions with it and stuff like that, okay? There are other conversions that you use a lot in science when you start doing conversions in science. okay? Those are the rates that we convert from minutes to seconds. All those are rates. So time. Give me a rate here for me. Give me some time rates.
10.
No.
What?
How many minutes in an hour?
6.
60. So a rate is 60 minutes in 1 hour. What's another one that we have for rate, for time? Anything else? Matthew.
A day.
Okay.
24 hours in a day.
Okay, 24 hours in 1 day. Okay, these are actually the same thing, right? 60 minutes is the same as 1 hour. 24 hours is the same as 1 day. Okay, this really is a fraction that's equal to 1. You think about it, because they are exactly the same in the top and the bottom. This is actually a fraction that's 1. And so we can multiply with rates, okay, to make conversions. So we also
How
have
many minutes in a
60
day?
seconds in a 1 minute. I think that's about most of them. Okay, another one we convert between are all of the, so there's just
Days of the year.
measure rates. We could do 365 days. It's not real accurate, but it's close enough per 1 year. Okay, those are measure rates are things like 3 feet is 1 yard, or 12 inches is 1 foot. Or it can be the centimeters, but those are a lot easier to convert. Meters and centimeters are easier. We use the hard English system.
No, we aren't English. We're imperial.
We're Americans.
Imperial. We could have 4 quarts is 1 gallon. Okay.
The English use the metric system.
Yes, that's true. You're right.
We are American, not English.
Thank you very much. I know we're not British. There we go.
We're not.
They live.
Okay.
The
4 parts.
The people who live in England are English.
Yes.
4 cups is 1 gallon. All these are different conversions between our measurement systems. This is a measurement for length. This is a measurement for water or liquid usually. Okay. And then we have, excuse me, or volume this could be. But we have all sorts of different rates that we use conversions of. One that's really famous is 5,280 feet equals 1 mile. So if you want to know how many feet are in a
I
mile,
didn't know that.
there's a conversion. Okay. So those are all rates that we can convert with. Okay. Now, we can, which is really interesting, is we can make these into reciprocals and they're still the same. Okay, watch. 1 hour is the same as 60 minutes. Is that correct?
Yes.
So the reciprocals of our unit rates, I cannot spell.
Reciprocal. Is it? Yeah.
Alexa,
There we go. Reciprocals
how do you?
of rates. These are called conversion rates. Are similar. So we could use it this way. We could do 1 foot is 12 inches. Because really, these are exactly the same thing, right? It's still 1. It's still a form of 1 because 1 foot is the same as 12 inches. That's really the same on the top and the bottom, so it is a 1 that we're multiplying by or dividing by if we want to use conversion rates. Okay, so these are the rates that we use. We use conversion rates a lot. Okay, let's look at now 5-4.
You okay, Lex?
No.
Go get a drink.
This top just won't go away.
Let it go away.
I'm gonna be able to wrestle it if it doesn't.
One of the things that when you get into science, this is what you'll work on this a lot. So this is so you can use it in science, but it's something else that you might have to do at different times is to convert rates. Okay, I don't think they call it that. They call it multiplying dividing rates, and then they say what a conversion rate is. Okay, so if yeah, that one's fun. Okay, so this would be interesting. Does everybody know how to take their pulse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
You kind of like do this and you put your head around the neck. and then
your own pulse.
Oh, you just do that.
You can do that or find, oh man, my hands are so cold.
There you go.
Okay, so look at the clock, go for 1 minute and count how many beats you feel on your pulse.
No, go by the clock. Okay. Wait
I have to find the pressure point. Give me a second.
I should probably start counting.
Where is it?
I think this is fascinating.
I got mine.
Yeah, mine too. Mine's high right now.
78.
Mine was 84.
Mine's
I lost
79.
count.
Okay, Grayson, what was yours?
84.
84?
I think I did something wrong, but I got 65.
That's fine.
That's low.
Well, I mean, that just means he's calm right now.
Yeah, my average is like 70.
I mean, if you held your breath for
Okay.
a minute, then it would go down.
Mad, you got
Yeah,
65.
65.
I
Mason,
lost count. So.
Matthew,
78.
I don't think I'd have one like a little less than one every second. That wouldn't. A second. I don't think I'd have one like every second. That'd be strange.
did you see mine?
You're slow.
79. My average resting heart rate, according to my watch, like during the cross country season, I think the lowest it ever got was 49 beats
Yeah,
per
it
minute. That
gets,
was my average.
yeah,
I wasn't doing it the whole time, mine was like 50 something.
okay. We'll call you 58.
So that means a female on average is more calm.
Not
That's between
necessarily.
two.
I mean, based on our
Okay,
research.
okay. Based on our little tiny research, yes, it does say that the females have a slower heartbeat. Heart rate changes per minute. I mean, if you do it again, it's gonna be a little different.
Because
okay?
if you breathe, your heart rate is gonna go up.
Depend, no, it actually goes down when you deep breathe.
No. I felt it when I breathed. It went bump, 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 bump. When I stopped breathing, it went bump.
When you stop breathing, yes, because it's conserving the oxygen. So the beats are how often your heart pumps.
Like if you
To
breathe
get
like really
oxygen
fast, then
around.
it's obviously gonna go faster. But if
Yes.
you breathe normal, then it'll go down.
So
No, I did.
there's a lot of things that determine your heart rate. Do you know what any of them are? Yes.
Your physical level? Like
Yes, your
how-
physicals,
I couldn't think of what it would be
it's
called.
your,
Aerobic levels.
yeah, it's basically how in shape you are.
Mhm.
Okay, if you're in better physical shape, your heart rate will go down. What else does it rely on? I heard somebody say one.
Your emotions.
Emotions are stress. Okay, emotions that stress you,
If you're alone
that will
enough,
make your heartbeat go up. Okay, so doctors know when you come into the doctor, most people don't like going to the doctor, and so they put into there that your heartbeat may be faster than normal than you normally have. They're just looking to see if it's in a good range. Okay, because yours is probably going to go up because that's somewhat stressed. Okay, if you run, what's going to happen to your heart rate?
it's gonna go way up.
It's going to go up. Why?
Because your body's using more oxygen.
Yes, your body's using more oxygen, so it has to pump the blood faster to get the oxygen to your body. Okay, so that's what it's doing there. Okay, another thing is basically just your genetics. You can have lower heartbeats than other people just because of your parents.
That means you're gonna die early.
No, it does not. It actually is the opposite.
Oh,
The lower the heart rate is actually, you don't want it too low, but a low heart rate is good.
oh.
The problem with my heart rate is it's low, just normal. And then when I have some of the sedatives that they use for different procedures, my heart rate goes too low, and then they have to give me something
How
to,
low does it go?
it goes down into the 30s, which that is not good. So it goes, and once it was 25, and so they have to give me another drug to get my heart stimulated so we have this balance of how things are going. So and that's just because, and so you have to know those kind of things because like it directly, I have to talk to every doctor that's doing a procedure on me where they do one of those things that slows your body down and relaxes your body, because I have to tell them, you better watch my heart rate because it may go too low. And so it's something that you have to know. And it's genetics because my dad was like that. It's not my physical fitness or anything, it's just genetics. Yes.
I think the heart, just in general, is really interesting because sometimes, like during the cross country season, I would be warming up and I would look at my watch and my heart rate would be like low 200s. And I
Yes.
was like, what the heck? And then I remember this one time, I was in the middle of a race and I looked down at my watch, my heart rate was 160. And I was like, why is my heart rate higher during the warm ups than it is during the race? I have no idea why it happened. I just thought it was crazy.
Probably you're pacing yourself more on cross country, where warm ups you're really trying to get yourself
That's
warmed
true.
up. and
But
stuff.
I mean, I'm going faster during a race
Oh,
than
okay.
warm ups.
Well, that I
so,
don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So anyway, so what about how many beats do we have per day? How would you figure out how many beats we have in a day?
So, well, you would count your average of like, I don't know,
Well,
10,
now let's
10
think
minutes.
about the
Actually, I got-
conversion
I got it.
rates.
I got
Okay, I'm gonna do this with conversion rates.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that. I was gonna say you
Okay.
find the average of like 10 minutes.
Well, let's just take these.
and then, the average of those,
No, we're not gonna take
or-
the average
or
of those.
just-
We're just
just
taking one of those.
1 minute, and then make it, times
We're
it by
gonna do the
60
60.
times
Hold on,
that number
Hold
by
on, hold on.
60,
1 minute.
Bro, just hold
or
on.
24.
Time.
It's just
We're
so
using
close.
a
Hold on.
rate, okay? We want to get this number down here to be a day.
Mhm.
So we want to get beats. This is how I always do this. Beats per day. That's our goal, is beats per day. We want to know how many beats per day. Okay. When you're doing this, your conversion rates, remember, can be written either way because it's still 1. You're still multiplying by 1. So we wanted to get it into days. We can get minutes into hours. How would we do that? What would be my conversion rate I would use? Yes.
Multiply it by 60.
Okay, so it would be 60 minutes per 1 hour. The thing that's unique here, and because we're learning division and division of stuff, these minutes cancel because one is on the top and one is on the bottom. So now we actually have beats per hour. Okay,
Hey
so
guys, for
you're,
1 hour, see.
Okay. so The minutes, just like a variable, the units actually cancel if one is in the numerator and one is in the denominator. Now I want to get it per day, so I'm gonna have to put hours per day here. So it'd be 24 hours per one day. Look what happens. Hours cancel. Okay, because one is in the numerator, one's in the denominator. Just like if they were X's or Y's, you can cancel units. And then we're gonna have now beats and day. We have a 1 day in the bottom, so it's a 1 day. And if we multiply 65 by 60 by 24, we get how many beats in a day? How many do we get?
93,600.
93,600. Your heart is busy. In 1 day, it beats or pumps 93,600 times.
So you wouldn't want that to happen in a 1 minute, would you?
No. That
Your
would
heart
be, so
rate.
does anybody know where it's dangerous? What rate is dangerous?
200.
Like at resting or
No, at high rate.
Is it
If you're resting, if you're not doing exercise. Do you know what's high?
Probably in the hundreds somewhere.
no in the 200s.
It's
Yeah,
200.
Yeah, 200.
It's
That's
200
what I said.
beats. What's beats?
That'd be like
Per minute.
Actually.
That's, so if somebody's resting and their rate is 200 beats per minute, that means there's something wrong with your heart, or because it's going way too
You're having a
fast.
heart attack.
It could be. There's a lot of reasons. Blood pressure actually makes a difference. Yes.
My sister's gone to the doctor multiple times recently because their heartbeat's been like 200.
Yes. Yes. You go to see a doctor. When that's happening, they need to figure out why it's happening. Okay. Low is considered anything below 50
At a resting heart
beats
rate.
per minute. That's considered low. So if you have less than 50, then that's considered low. Now, they're not going to panic if you're at 49 because that's really close to 50. The high one is more dangerous than the low one unless you get down like I was to 25 and 30. This is when it's dangerous, and they usually give you a shot, a stimulant shot to get your heart beating
They'll give you a
faster.
monster drink.
Okay, no, because I was out. So these are, when you get put out, not but by those drugs that just make you kind of sleepy and put you out enough so you don't feel the pain. That's when it went down like that. And one time they had to give me 2 different shots because it would come back up and then go back down again. So they had to give me the shot twice. So my thing is, when is the procedure worth me going down to that level? And they maybe not be able to revise me. So the doctor's actually looking into something different for me for using when they do procedures, because like some dental procedures can be that way. Some other types of procedures, like a lot of times, like I had surgery on my toe and they just gave me one of those relaxant things. It wasn't where you're intubated with anesthesia. It's just a relaxant thing, but that's when my blood pressure went really, or the beats per second went really low. And so they have to figure out what is
Beat per
better.
second, beats per minute.
Beats per minute. So, okay, so that's like a conversion. So if you want to know, this is a really stupid one, but these are some of those things. You know that something went, let's just say that you're driving 25 miles per hour. Okay? And you want to know how many feet per second that is. Okay? How many feet per second that is. That's our goal. We want to know how many feet per second. Again, think of your conversion rates. Think of hours to seconds. Okay? Think of miles to feet. Those are the conversions that we need to do. So what is our hours to seconds? Do we have a straight one? Does anybody know what 1 hour, how many seconds 1 hour is?
3,600.
That's right, 3,600. So in 1 hour equals 3,600 seconds. Okay, you can write this as 1 hour over 3,600, or you can write it as 3,600. So there's two different ways you can use this. 1 hour over 3,600 seconds, or 3,600 over 1 hour. Okay, which way do we want to write it so our units cancel when we're multiplying? Do I want to use this one here
Yes.
or this one here so my units, my hours cancel? Yeah,
The first one,
the first one. Why?
because then the hours cancel each other.
Okay, because the hour here is in the numerator, here it's in the denominator. Okay, so we're going to multiply this by 1 hour over 3,600 seconds. Okay, because that will get us now changed. The hour goes away. Whoop, whoop, hour went away. Now I have miles per second. Now I have to do miles and feet, and I gave you one. 1 mile equals 5,280 feet, which could be written as 1 mile over 5,280 feet, or 5,280 feet is 1 mile. These are the same because they're essentially one. They are equal to each other. Okay, which way would I want to write it so I get feet in the numerator? Which one do I want to use? Max, which one would I use? 1 mile over 5,280 feet or 5,280 feet over 1 mile so that my miles cancel and I'm left with feet?
You would use the mile on the bottom.
Yes, because the miles here are on top. So to get them to cancel, I'd have to have the miles on the bottom. So we're going to use that one as 5,280 feet over 1 mile. Notice the mile cancels there, the mile cancels there. Notice what I'm left with. Feet on top, seconds on the bottom. That's what I wanted. Okay. Now we multiply these and divide by that. So our answer would be 25 times 5,280 divided by 3,600, and that would give the answer to feet per second. Okay. What is that? Somebody do that multiplication for me?
36.7 feet.
36.7 feet per second.
Can we do meters per second?
You can do meters per second. You have to have the conversion between feet and meters. Okay. Let's see. There's one that's always fun. A lot of doctors' offices don't do this, but some doctors' offices measure you in kilograms. Here's the conversion. What is it? Okay. So 1 pound. This is not the one I usually do. Convert it the other way. Go kilograms. Okay, there it is. So 2.205 kilograms per 1 pound. Okay. So I want you to convert yourself right now. Take what you weigh. I'm not going to ask you this. Take what you weigh in pounds and convert yourself to kilograms.
I thought it was like around, so if 100 pound or 100 pound, if there was
100 kilogram weight?
No, I mean like if there was 100 kilograms, then the
I did that wrong. Sorry, this is wrong.
yeah.
It's 1 kilogram is 2.205 pounds.
So I don't like
Yeah.
250 kilograms.
No, you don't. I realized I wrote
yeah.
that wrong.
So in War Thunder, sorry
Oh
for
my
the
goodness.
no, okay. Just
hold
let
on.
me just
No.
do it.
No.
He's talking about math.
No, I'm just talking about math. There is a 50 kilogram bomb,
Yes.
so I have to do calculations in my head to know how much that is in pounds.
How
A
much would it
50
be?
kilogram bomb is 1,100 pounds. I mean, not 1,100.
How about 110?
110.
Yes.
110 pounds.
That's based on that. Yes.
110, yeah.
Yes. Okay. So if you go to the doctor, my mom thinks it's really funny. She goes and they always weigh her in kilograms.
How much do you?
And so she goes,
Um,
that's over, I don't weigh very much. And I go, Mom, that's kilograms. Because kilograms will always be less because it's worth 2.2 pounds. And so you have to realize that if you get weighed in kilograms, you have to multiply that by 2.2 at the least to see what you actually weigh. And so it's always, I always say, don't worry about it, Mom. It's okay. Don't worry
How
about it.
much do you? 58. Oh, you're a big one, man.
58 kilograms?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember how much I
I
weigh
feel
in
like I'm doing
pounds.
it wrong.
Oh, jeez, man.
Well, will it be less? It's less than your weight. Divide it by
I've
2.2.
been eating a
Matthew,
lot
how
of
much-
food.
What's your weight?
I don't remember. I think it's like
What was yours?
Did you guys figure out what yours is?
something. 130, 135. I don't know.
Mine's at
Well,
61.
120 or 125 or 130.
Yeah.
What are you, Grayson?
what?
Kilograms, yeah.
68.
Oh, in kilograms. Okay. I'll do that conversion now.
Yeah, in kilograms, that was
Ooh,
what I asked you to
90.
find, is find your nut. If you're 90
I'll
kilograms, you're gonna be a little,
199
Yeah.
A little bit small.
Okay.
A little small.
I'll do 130.
That's small.